So hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about Chris Hani, because during this election many prominent leaders and bodyguards, they are coming out to defend the ideology of Chris Hani. And who was Chris Hani by then? What are the belief that he has and plan and vision for South Africa? So let us look at these videos and we'll come back with our commentaries. Let's watch.
Capitalism has failed in the most catastrophic manner. It has been responsible for the most devastating wars. The First World War, the Second World War. Capitalism has seen the most serious depression in the 30s, where millions of people lost their jobs. Equally, socialism is going through a turbulent period. It has collapsed virtually in a number of European countries. It is experiencing some serious traumas in the Soviet Union. For me, as a communist, I see this as temporary failure, because the basic contradictions of any capitalist society remain: exploitation, class domination, poverty, and unemployment. And I believe workers will never accept capitalism as a solution. But I think as communists we have got to be honest and realistic and accept that serious mistakes have been made in the course of implementation of socialism. Democracy has been violated. The party degenerated into a bureaucracy which saw itself as the only force leading society into a new system, if you like. It ignored the need to organize mass democratic organizations so that as many people should be involved in the fight to improve the lives of the workers and other working people. It introduced, in a lot of cases, methods which were very undemocratic, where thousands of people found themselves in prisons on the basis of views which were not accepted by communists.
We have seen the video of Chris Hani and how energetic truly he was. Many people are describing him as a humble person. And at one point he wanted even to become a priest. So, and that one should already tell someone that this man was very, very humble, passionate, the person who wanted to fight for his people, to liberate his black people from all these white minorities oppressors. So let us look at the brief history of Chris Hani. So who was Chris Hani? Chris Hani was born on the 28th of June 1942 in the place called Transkei. So at the tender age, Chris Hani wanted to be a priest, but later he changed and joined ANC. In tender age, Chris Hani was pursuing education up to the degree and master degree, and he wanted to become a priest, where his parents, I think they objected, and later he joined ANC. He was very passionate to liberate his black people from these white oppressors. So he is that person that everyone wanted to associate with, because he was very accessible, energetic, very relatable, and well-spoken, and he was very fearless. So this was Chris Hani. As a charismatic leader with a significant support among the radical anti-apartheid youth, he was a popular next to Nelson Mandela. And Chris Hani, after he joined ANC, he later joined SACP, and he was also a leader of a black nationalist, and so an organization that led to fight to eliminate South Africa racially discrimination policy, apartheid. Those years in South Africa also, people, they were also segregated according to their race. And also here in Namibia also, people, they were also segregated according to their race. So like This is a Damara location. This is a Herero location. That one is a Vambo location. And in South Africa is also the same. And I believe also in United States of America, it was all the same. So these oppressors, what they wanted is just to push the majority on the wall. Once you push the majority on the wall, on the edge, these people, they are not going to do anything else. They will just start to fight. They will become those sort of things that we really wanted to. And that is what the white people wanted the black people to behave in that certain way, so that they can start calling the black people, they are killers, they are this, they are that. Those names that are not supposed to be called. But they made these black people to behave in these certain manners because of this segregation. And mind you that also the education was not accessible to everyone. So education was not accessible to every child by then. That's why they become gangs, they become thugs, because they have nothing to do in those segregation, just to wake up drinking and end up not doing anything. This is what Chris Hani wanted to abolish, so that all the community, they will start to move freely among themselves. Hani was a chief staff of Umkhonto Sizwe until 19 when he resigned, because he was elected as a secretary of SAPC, succeeding John Slovo. That's why he resigned from that position of chief staff of Umkhonto Sizwe, and he became the secretary of SACP. What is the type of South Africa that Chris Hani wanted to be or to look like? So Chris Hani wanted to, what he wanted for South Africa is that, so he wanted to nationalize Eskom, land, and banks. So he wanted also the equal right to health, equal right to education. People should be allowed to vote. And again, equal right to education, equal right to health, equal right to transport, equal right to housing. And so he wanted to privatize certain sectors, but not to privatize individuals' businesses. And white people, they will continue to have their business. But as long as they are going to nationalize the land, banks, and Eskom, so that electricity will be distributed among the black communities. He wanted all the suburb to be electrified, not only certain suburb that they are accessible to electricity, but everyone must have the right to electricity. At this man, he really wanted to have a South Africa where everyone is included, a South Africa that is inclusive, everyone, black and white. And he wanted also the economy to be mixed, not only capitalist, because mind you that the white monopoly capital, the minority, they were capitalist. So now he wanted this economy to be mixed from socialist or communist and capitalist. Was having a vision that if South Africa could do this, at least our people will be included, our people, they will be happy. Our people will be given back their land. Because now the white minorities, they really, really hated Chris Hani to nationalize. And he gave them the example, like, if you don't want South Africa to nationalize their banking, their land, and electricity. So British, they nationalized. One of the Scandinavian countries also, they nationalized. And Canada also at one point, so they nationalized their state project. So don't tell me that this things is not going to work in South Africa. So you have a bright future for South Africa. But the unfortunate happened where he was assassinated on the 10th of April 1993, just outside of his house in Boksburg. So that was very sad. And guess what the assassinate said? So the assassin admitted that they wanted to drill the negotiations because maybe Chris Hani was looked like this man who cannot accept certain policies when it's come to the white minorities. So Chris Hani was a threat to a white minority. I guess that's why they assassinate him. When you look at Chris Hani, his ideology and what he wanted for South Africa is not what the white minority want. So their policy were very, very different from what Chris Hani wanted or what the ANC wanted then. And that's why they assassinate him so that they can start to impose their policy and their people that they were not also part of the struggle to be on the negotiation table. And that's why now South Africans find themselves in this situation because they really, really drill from their ideology, plan, and policy of what they wanted South Africa to be. Yeah, and this is a hot mess for South Africa because even EFF in their election manifesto, their theme is this is our 1994, meaning that what happened in 1994, all the negotiations that were taking place, they were not inclusive. This policy, they were imposed to black people, especially now to the people that were imposed. I was watching Chris Hani, one of the bodyguard, was giving interview and said that at one point Oliver Tambo was asking the man who was having an umbrella, like, who is this man? We don't know this man. And these are the reason why the EFF and other parties that they are calling their election theme to say this is our 1994, they want now to collect that mistake that was done so that they can have maybe a new constitution, I don't know, to scratch whatever that was drafted in 1994 and implement their own that is going to work for South Africa. Yeah, that's why everyone is talking about Chris Hani. If Chris Hani was alive, he could also join Jacob Zuma in Umkhonto Sizwe, because now everything is going back to the south, and that everyone wished that Chris Hani could be alive so that he could change all these things that are going around. This is one of the interview. He said that, I don't think white want to die for apartheid. Our intention is just to make them see so that when they are maimed and they are in the hospital, others will go there to visit them and they will say, this is the price of apartheid. How long are they going to sacrifice the loss of limbs to maintain a system that is deprived the overwhelming majority of the right to vote, right to a proper house, right to a medical attention and education? So this is the fight. And this is the reason why this man was fighting so hard. But because of the threat that he was facing within ANC and the white monopoly capital or the white minority, so it was unfortunate that they succeeded to assassinate him because he was targeted multiple times and he survived, but this one he did not. So that's why South Africa, they are in this state where they are crying now to say, we wish Chris Hani could be alive so that things could be changed. And I remember also Fikile Mbalula came out to say, if Chris Hani was alive, so the working class, their living condition will be improved. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched up to this far, kindly subscribe to my channel and share the video to your loved one. Like the video so that it can be distributed to many viewers. And don't forget to leave your comment down below so that we can continue with the conversation in the comment section. See you on my next one. Bye-bye and bye.